I am head of event and operations at ITB Berlin, and together with my 5 teammates, I plan and organize ITB Berlin convention, and we are responsible for all the operational tasks such as ticketing, admission, security, but also cleaning and catering. So that's my job. What excites me the most about my job is the interaction with people, be it our exhibitors or partners, colleagues, whoever. It's about getting to know their needs, getting to know the processes behind an item, or creating new ideas. This is what gives me a lot of inspiration. Secondly, it's the variety of tasks. When I started about 15 years ago at ITB Berlin, I was responsible for one hall and ticketing. That was all. Not everything, but that's about the main topics that I was responsible for. Since then, I have learned a lot about the logistics at our fairgrounds. My colleague Markus taught me a lot about regulations in stand construction, which helps me in every talk with our exhibitors now, a lot. I sat down to listen to a security person who got hit by a person who wanted to enter the fairgrounds without a valid ticket, for example. But at the same edition of ITB Berlin, I also saw people cry for joy because they won the main prize, a 2-week vacation in the Maldives. So it's a lot of emotions, but also a big variety of tasks during my day, during my work. And the third thing that motivates me is the possibility to create something huge together with a very passionate team. Our head of ITB Berlin, David Ruetz, he is constantly challenging us to think about what we can do better, what ideas or new concepts are valid to be developed. And this just means that ITB does not stop at a certain point, but it always is in motion, and it's always the idea of being better the next year. The biggest challenge, I would say, is targeted communication. ITB itself is so complex and the fairground's so big. We have several segments, we have many exhibitor presentations, we have press conferences, we have over 20 halls, so it's very complex, and sometimes, especially in logistics, it's very hard to break down the information and regulations, both, down to the person who needs it. For example, we communicate with our exhibitors, and they communicate with their stand constructors. The stand constructors, they hire other companies to do the painting, to do the catering, whatever. Those are the people who actually need the information that we publish, and we don't have the direct contact with them. So this is the hardest part in communication that I would say, especially in terms of logistics. On an optimal working day, I would ride my bike to the office because this constant movement already starts creative processes in my brain. The first hour I would focus on my emails before maybe having 1 or 2 meetings with colleagues or partners or phone calls with exhibitors, and then heading to lunch with whoever. Eating in company is always the best. And then in the afternoon, I would focus either on strategical work or maybe conceptual work, or what I really love is allocating the stands. So creating the new layout of a hall and just looking if every exhibitor's needs are being taken care of in the allocation of stands before I head to kindergarten to pick up my daughter. There are several bizarre experiences during my time at ITB Berlin, but there are 2 which really stick out. One is Sacha Baron Cohen, the actor of the movie Borat, who drove up to Entrance South in a tank and entered the fairground with a valid ticket to provoke our exhibitors. He went up to the exhibitors and he just started provoking them with the cameras rolling, and we didn't know what it was about until a few days later it was screened on national TV. So that was really bizarre. And the second experience that stuck into my mind is actually from ITB Berlin now. When we on the first day of recording for ITB Berlin convention, we had everything set up. We had the technical details, we had the staff, we had the catering, everything was fine. We had 40 technicians on the fairground. And at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the supervisor of the 40 technicians, he called me to ask me when they will have lunch. And I was like, well, the food was delivered this morning around 10 o'clock. That should be enough for the whole day. And he said, it's all gone. So I was there, and as many of you will know, food makes people happy, and the better the food, the better the work. So I just ordered 40 pizzas. Yeah, that was bizarre, but it made them happy, and ITB Berlin convention during ITB Berlin Now was a success. So